This session, we're going to focus on daily obligations. These are things you need to do every day, and they're different levels of urgent. You may have seen these words before somewhere. Should, have to, and need to. These are called modal auxiliary verbs, and they're generally modal verbs of necessity. So these are things that are crucial and urgent to do. Now, I said these were urgent, but really there are different levels of urgency that we can look at. So I should do some work today. Generally, this is less urgent. Have to, he has to write a paper tonight. That is more urgent, and if he doesn't write the paper, there might be consequences. We need to be more organized. This is a good idea going forward in the future. So let's start with should and its basic structure. So to form these sentences, there is a subject, should, and a simple present verb. I should do some work today. So should is commonly used for giving advice or recommendations. Usually you're suggesting a good idea for yourself or others. So it's important to do, but it's not really urgent. And no one is making you do this. The other form of should, which you may have seen before, is for probability. So guessing if an event is likely. For example, you may say, I should be there by 9. I might not be, but I should be there by 9. However, in this lesson, we're going to focus on the advice or recommendations for yourself and others. So let's try some examples using should. I should stay home tonight. We shouldn't eat so much takeout. The team should practice more. So if we extend these sentences to include more of an explanation, we can hear the following. I should stay home tonight because I have to work tomorrow. So I have to wake up very early, and if I go out tonight, then maybe I won't have an easy time waking up. We shouldn't eat so much takeout. It's expensive. So the fact is we do eat a lot of takeout, but it's probably not a good idea. The team should practice more. They're good, but they could be better. So the team is a good team. They have skills. And if they want to be better, they should practice more, but it's not completely urgent or completely necessary. Let's move on to have to and its basic structure. So we form have to by using subject, have to, and a simple present verb. He has to write a paper tonight. Now notice this is different than should because should does not use to, but has to and have to does require to. He has to write a paper tonight. So when you're using have to, this is usually a complete and true obligation. So it may be urgent, and it's definitely an event which you have no choice about. It prevents you from making other plans because it's very important that you finish this action or event. So some examples using the urgent have to form are as follows. I have to drive my friend to the airport tomorrow. We have to be there at 9 a.m. You don't have to do the dishes. So see, the third sentence is in the negative form, and when this happens, the meaning changes a little bit in that it's the opposite of urgent. So let's expand on these examples to understand how to use have to. I have to drive my friend to the airport tomorrow. His plane leaves at 2, and if I don't drive him to the airport, then he will miss his flight. So it's very urgent that I drive my friend to the airport tomorrow. We have to be there at 9. If we're late, we'll be in lots of trouble. So maybe this is work or school and you have to be there at 9 a.m. because the exam starts at 9 a.m. or your work starts at 9 a.m. You don't have to do the dishes. It's not required. I can definitely do them myself. So this is a nice thing you can say to visitors of your home, and perhaps they've offered to do the dishes, but you can say, oh, stop, you don't have to do the dishes. And this is the opposite of have to. So it's the opposite of urgent. There is no reason you need to do this. Finally, we arrive at need to and its basic structure. So we form need to in the same way that have to is formed. So a subject, need to, and a simple present verb. For example, we need to be more organized. Again, should is the only one in this section that doesn't need to. So need to is one of the more interesting of the modal auxiliary verbs in that its meaning is not quite clear. It's very similar to have to, except the nuance here is it's less urgent, but it's quite important long term. So need to is often used when you want to make changes in your life to achieve goals or avoid future consequences. So need to is something that you know is important to do for your future self. It's not urgent, but it's something that will be very important as time goes by. So some examples of need to are very similar to have to, but let's take a look. I need to exercise more. He needs to be on time. They need to be more careful. One thing that is good to notice with need to is that they seem very caring. It's a very thoughtful phrase to use in many situations. So, for example, let's look at the expanded meanings of the previous examples. I need to exercise more because if I don't, I'll be unhealthy and that will lead to some problems later in my life. He needs to be on time. If he continues to be late, he may get fired, and that's a big problem. So if he wants to keep his job, he needs to be on time, or else there will be severe consequences. They need to be more careful. If they aren't careful, they will continue to get hurt. So in this situation, maybe you're talking about some children who are very rough and playful, and perhaps they get a little bit carried away. But if they want to avoid getting injured, they need to be more careful. Again, these are all very caring ways of speaking. So before we review, let's take a look at one more grammar point because it's often used with these modal auxiliary verbs, with should, have to, and need to. So you can use the same form. We should start going to the gym more often. So start, stop, and try are all ways of talking about habits. So right now, we don't do something, but we should start a habit of doing so. For example, we should start going to the gym more often. Right now, we do not go to the gym often, but it's good for our health to start going. We have to stop going out for dinner so much. Right now, we go out for dinner a lot, many times a week, and it's getting very expensive, so we have to stop going out for dinner so much. We need to try waking up earlier. So right now, we sleep in very late, and we are not feeling healthy. So if we want to feel more alert and we want to feel healthier, we need to try waking up earlier. So all of these are ways of talking about habits, which is a common use of should, have to, and need to. So let's practice. Our first situation is with making a dentist appointment. So we have 3 different sentences of different urgency. They're all the same sentence, but they have different nuances. So please try to find whether should, have to, or need to are best in each situation. So the first one, book a dentist appointment. I already have a cavity. The second, I want my teeth to continue to be healthy. The third, it's been a few months since I've been to the dentist. Okay, let's take a look at the answers. I have to book a dentist appointment soon. So I already have a cavity. There is already a problem, and it's quite urgent that I book a dentist appointment. I need to book a dentist appointment. I want my teeth to continue to be healthy. So in this situation, it's not too urgent, but for your long-term health, you want to make sure your teeth are being taken care of. So I need to book a dentist appointment. This is good for long-term. I should book a dentist appointment. It's been a few months and my regularly scheduled checkup is coming up, so I should book a dentist appointment, but it's not super urgent. So let's try a full conversation. So we're going to use should, have to, and need to chat with a coworker after work about obligations. So things you have to do. So try using should, have to, and need to, and take a look at the hints in the brackets. So something's a good idea, something's urgent, something's an important change, and again, something is a good idea. So take a second, maybe pause the video. Okay, let's look at the answers. We should get a drink tonight. I can't. I have to finish this project by midnight. You haven't finished yet? I know, I need to be more organized or I won't get promoted. You should try and ask for more time. So take a look at the first one. We should get a drink. It's a suggestion. You're not required to, but his coworker is just suggesting that it would be fun to get a drink. I have to finish this project by midnight. There is a deadline and it's very urgent that this project be done. I need to be more organized or I won't get promoted. So in the future, this person is looking for a promotion. But if they don't change their habits, then it's unlikely that that will happen. So this is important, not urgent, but this is important for the future. You should try and ask for more time. This is, again, a suggestion, something, a good idea that the other coworker should consider. So let's read that one more time. We should get a drink tonight. I can't. I have to finish this project by midnight. You haven't finished yet. I know. I need to be more organized or I won't get promoted. You should try and ask for more time. Amazing job. So now I hope you are more comfortable using should, have to, and need to when you're talking about daily obligations in your life or some habits you would like to build.